So let me take a quick glance at who all are there with us online. Okay. So it's time to begin the Leader Next convocation ceremony, and I welcome all of you, all those who are present here, and the other batch of Leader Next participants who have joined us online, who could not be with us offline today. Hello, everyone. So Leader Next, it's BMA's transformational leadership development program, where the participants get trained and mentored under the guidance of global industry leaders and management educators. It's a very innovative leader development program which is directed to create future leaders, and it's jointly arranged by JBIMS and Bombay Management Association. This year is the 4th year of Leader Next. I mean, this batch is the 4th batch of Leader Next, and I'm very proud to announce that we have come a long way and we are growing fast. And we had 38 participants in the 4th batch from across the industries all over India, primarily from pharmaceutical, engineering, and banking domains. And the participants even included many CEOs too. And we had star speakers during the course of the programs like Dr. Ame Mashelkar, Yogi Sriram, Mr. Jagdeep Kapoor, to name a few. So before we start the ceremony, I invite our president, Mr. Rajesh Sharma, to address the audience.
Thank you, Supriya. And it gives me immense pleasure to welcome the participants for this flagship program of Bombay Management Association. I'm really happy to say that we started this program 4 years back under the leadership of Ms. Chaya Sehgal when she was the president. And the program has come a long way. It's a unique program, as Supriya said, that which is conducted in collaboration with JBIMS, where the celebrity speakers and also different functions of leadership are addressed in a 4-month period, where offline and online people have been joining. So I congratulate all of you for completing this program successfully, and I am sure that this program has added value to your career, to your personal growth, and also your professional growth. We also thank JBIMS for partnering with us for imparting this knowledge and helping us in the noble cause of dissemination of knowledge to the masses and also to our members. So I congratulate everyone, and I also compliment the faculty who have spent their time with the students, with the participants, for learning and also development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. To take this ceremony forward, I would like to invite on stage the former president of Bombay Management Association, Ms. Chaya Sehgal. She is the founder and CEO of the Winning Edge. And I invite Dr. Srinivasan Iyengar. He is the director of JBIMS. I request both of them to please come on the dais. So, Mr. President, let's welcome our special judges, our special guest today with a lovely bouquet. Leader Next program. So there are two Sutradhars. The program has been led by our executive committee members, Dr. Jagmohan Rishi. He's the global head, L&D, coaching and digital customer experience, an author and one of the top CEO and business coaches. And by Mr. Shripad Ranade. He's also our executive committee member, leadership coach, and management consultant. So before we start the ceremony, I request Dr. Jagmohan Rishi to just address the participants and the audience and share his experience about this program, the fourth batch. Yes.
Thank you very much. My tribute to all of you, all the participants and the faculty. And I wish I was there personally in physical format, but there was some reason I could not be there. But my experience with this particular batch has been fabulous. And I think this is one batch which is diverse with respect to not only limited ourselves to Bombay, but we have gone across India, where participants have joined from various other cities also. And we had a very strong batch of 38 participants. In fact, we had to put a stop to the entry because we wanted to stop at 30 number. And we interviewed some of the participants then and to get an entry into this. I must congratulate all the participants because they were very vigorously attending all sessions. The attendance is in the rate of 90% of all the participants. And yesterday, me and people complete the evaluation. I must appreciate the detailed. They have completed all the assignments, and it took us a lot of time to figure out that who is the best. But I must mention a few of them that, for example, Mr. Manu, Baru, or there is another person by the name of Rajshri. They have really done very well in depth, and it took us some time to complete the evaluation process. I must thank the faculty members also who have very religiously and dedicatedly taken up the sessions for all the participants to witness. Before I hand it back to Sia, I would like to thank Kaya ma'am and Sharma for helping us out in conducting this program, and of course, directors of the Tigers from BMA. Thank you very much once again, and kudos to all the participants. And back to you, Sia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so I now request our award presenters and our special guests to please come forward as I start inviting our Leader Next participants for the certificate, for handing over the certificates. And I'll start with those who are present here. Ashish Gupta. Dr. Anjali Deshpande. Mahesh Rawrane. Mahesh Rawrane. Okay. Paritosh Juvle. Rajeshri Sonkamble. Santosh Dhatrak. Satyan Shah. Siddharth Shah. After Satyam. Siddharth Shah. Yash Shah. Manali Tamhane. Gururaj Deshpande. Manu Jaswal. Thank you. So these were the participants which were offline with us. And for the participants, the Leader Next attendees who are online, I think I can present. No, on behalf of our special guests, I'm just calling out their names and I have your certificates. We will make sure that you get them. But I'll start with Aditya Vora, Amit Kumar. Am I not online? Please make my Zoom visible. Okay. So we have Amit Kumar, Archit Patel, Arpit Gowda, Dhaval Mehta, Hardeep Singh Rathore, Himanshu Rawal, Ketki Kale, Keyur Khambati, Kirti Ranjan Acharya, Manish Mahajan, Nazneen Hamid, Nishu Dubey, Parul Sood, Rajat Miglani, Shiksha Gupta, Sheetal Sangvi, Shivam Dave, Snehit Joshi, Simran Mishra, Sujan Patel, Tapan Dave, Tejas Patadia, Janashekar Pandey, Utsav Shah, Vishal Bagul, I hope I have covered all the participants. I now request Dr. Srinivas to please just share your experience about the program or your thoughts.
Good afternoon to everyone. Thanks to Rajesh Sharma ji and Chaya ma'am, entire BMA team. It's my pleasure to be here. As far as the program is concerned, the credit absolutely goes to the past President Chaya Sehgal and Dr. Kavita Lagate. Probably at this juncture, I may not know about the program. In fact, I was during the discussion, I come to know about the program because when the program is happening good, I'm in a position I don't want to disturb that. That's why I said Dr. Lagate ma'am requested her to continue the same program. So my knowledge about this program comparatively very less. But one thing, the reality is the numbers seems to be very interesting, and I could see some seriousness in the program during the last 15 minutes observation. Most of them would come in the uniform when you're receiving the certificates in the physical. That shows the commitment about the program. Almost everybody came with white shirt and the proper one. I don't know whether it is said or it is basic expected, but still that shows the participants. And whoever joined this program, I'm sure through this program, you are not going to do PhD or further studies. The purpose you join, you want to learn something where you are already working, wish to learn something beyond your academics. So that is what the purpose is. And that shows the seriousness of the program. Probably that is what that academic institute also try to build, that 3I, that is institute industry interface. As far as the business school, as far as if they come closer to the industry, they can learn a lot because it should go parallelly. And the academician also will get a exposure to learn something and create some content where when they work for that. And industry should come with a problem to the business schools and they try to work collaboratively. It is not isolated where I'm happy to see the participant profile at Jagmohan Rishi faculties. And the faculty profile is so good. And the program deliverable at this moment, because of the technology, we have a certain competitive advantage. It's not possible before that. For an example, I always used to say, think global, act local. That is a jargon what we use. But today, act local, we can compete global. But how can you able to do that, act local and compete the global? For example, earlier it is if you want to buy a mutual fund, you will have to go to Boston. If you want to have a wonderful coffee, people prefer to go to Georgia. Even if you want to have a best vodka, people prefer to go to Russia. If you want to produce world-class movies, goes to Hollywood. But today it is not a necessity. Sitting at anywhere in the world, you can able to reach any corner of the world without any challenges. Because the so-called the location became competitive advantage, today it might become irrelevant, provided if you have a good technology. So technology will enable you with the cost reduction, volume and size. That's another advantage. Probably that's what I was suggesting, ma'am, during the discussion. If it is a program is for 4 months, right? And both the organization, I know personally that money is not the prime objectives of doing the program. Let value creation is the purpose of the program. In that case, there are two options, ma'am. Either we can able the program at least twice in a year. Ideally, the potential is even we can do 3 programs in a year. If you target at least 2 in a year, in a hybrid model, one is not completely online or complete offline. We have to be flexible in the content and we can able to rope best industry professionals as well as academician, because you can able to have application concept very well, provided if you are academic, the basic concept should be strong. Without that, you can't. So you can have that blended hybrid in the content also. Instead of offering complete online, I wish you should also try to come to the campus, because Jamnalal Bajaj is one of the best institute. You are happy to get today your certificate also getting from JBMS, which is one of the pioneering business school. And if you see last our placements or admission process purely based on merit. So you will also get the legacy of it. When you come to the classroom, the seriousness always improves. And you can also feel that academic. That's why when I did a recently few MDP program, and recently last week we had done for LIC ma'am, all the senior people, when I said, can you come through online? But still they prefer, right? Always the industries wish to come to the campus and try to learn from hands-on experience. Probably once again, I wish you all the best, whoever receives the certificate, aspirants, those who wish to do the program near future, right? If you find anything about the good about the program, please share it to us. If there is a scope for improvement, whoever completed, let us chart down the topics, what you want to add more to that. We are absolutely open, because both the organization, as I said, whether it's a BMA or Jamnalal Bajaj, the purpose is to deliver something value to the proportion to the participants. So we wish you all the best. And thanks for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Chaya Sehgal, I request you to share your perspective.
I think a lot has been done and delivered. That in itself speaks a lot about the program. I think Sir also shared his future vision, which is very encouraging. And I think we have this kind of an enthusiastic guidance and leadership coming in from our collaboration and partnership. I think things only are going to look better going forwards. 4 years back, when I launched this program, I was very clear that we wanted to offer the participants something that they will not get in the B school, they will not get in the industry, but it has to be an amalgamation of both, enriched with whatever is the environmental demand for a leader in making, and also from the application and wisdom of the practicing professionals. So I think it is pretty much shaped exactly like that. And I can see year after year over last 4 years the number of participants has grown. That in itself is a testimony of program being, you know, taken very well and also implemented very well. So I wish to congratulate my colleagues in BMA over last 4 years for having done a superb job of making it grow and evolve. And it has evolved. It used to be called Leader 2020 then. Today it is called Leader Next after Corona and pandemic. So I'm sure things are going to only look up further, and all the best. Yeah.
Thank you very much. With that, we conclude the Leader Next convocation ceremony. And once again, congratulations to all the participants of the program. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Supriya, can I take a minute?
Yes, sure, please. You are the Sutradhar, as I said.
Yeah, thank you so much. I forgot to say something. So all the participants want to give a request to all of you. If you really found this program worth adding a value to your life and career, I suggest each one of you can recommend at least 2 participants to BMA who can attend the next batch of the next program. So that will be a great, gesture to building the careers of the other leaders who can contribute great to this world and the society also. That's what basically I want to communicate. And once again, I must thank the faculty who have been taking a lot of things and your assignments and sessions to all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we start with INNOTHON awards. Now, INNOTHON, yes, it sounds very innovative, but I'd like to give a little background to our audience. What am I talking about and what awards are we referring to? So, INNOTHON is a reminder to the industry, to our industry, that you have to be the change you wish to see. Because very often, and we have a lot of industry professionals here, very often the industry complains that the education system is not churning out students who are industry ready. But can the education system work on its own? You need two to tango, right? So we need the participation of the industry and the academia to work together. And that's where INNOTHON was born. BMA as a platform has started this initiative. This is our 4th edition again. INNOTHON stands for Innovative Hackathon. Now, hackathon, usually you refer, when you say hackathon, the tech hackathons usually last for a day or maybe 2 days. But our student participants, who are the management students of Mumbai, they have worked on this hackathon for 2 months. And the problem statement that they have worked on is not a sample problem statement. They were actual business scenarios. They were actual business problems that corporates were facing. Who are those corporates? Well, we got 2 such problem statements from Kotak Mahindra. We got 1 statement from SBI Life, 1 from Uric Pharmaceuticals, 1 from Vita Mystic Pharma Company, and one from Walkout Hospital. So all in all, we had 6 problem statements. We had close to 200 student participants, if I'm not mistaken, and participating from across 14 management institutes in Mumbai. Those institutes were JBIMS, IES Bandra, UBS, Xavier's Institute of Management Studies, Dr. V.N. Bedekar Institute of Management Studies, Chetna's Institute of Management Research, Vidya Lankar Institute of Technology, SIES, ICFI Business School, ICFAI, St. John's College of Engineering and Management, Chetna's RKMIS, GNIMS, Guru Nanak Institute of Management Studies, Anjuman Islam Alana Institute of Management Studies, and Alkesh Dinesh Modi. So we had close to 14 institutes, and as I said, around 200 participants. So this is the 4th consecutive year when BMA was able to offer that kind of experience to students, where they got to work on a real business problem. Now, how does it work? The industry gives the problem statement, students try to solve, but in every student team, there is a faculty member. So you get the academia flavor, and every team is also guided by an independent industry mentor as a consultant. Okay, so you get the real business flavor. All together, they come up with the solution, and every corporate statement gets at least 5 to 6 solutions, because 5 to 6 or 6, 7 teams who are working on each problem statement. So now, so that makes INNOTHON a contest. Which team has done the best? Which team has given the best solution, which is maybe cost effective, implementable, sustainable? And all these teams in 2 months have not worked in isolation. The corporate teams, those 6 corporate teams, when they gave the problem statements, they also made a commitment to work closely with these 200 students, where at every regular intervals, the students used to submit their progress reports, corporates used to give their feedback. It is not an easy process, trust me. Not an easy process for students, not easy for corporates, not easy for the BMA backend team to manage it. It is a very involved process, but a very fruitful one indeed, because it gives a real experience and exposure to management students, and that solves our purpose, right? So, as I said, 2 months, interim reports, then they all presented their solution. All, I don't know, 30, 40 teams they presented their solution. 38 teams presented their solutions, so they all went through the elimination round. And then we found the finalists for each problem statement. And we have those 6 finalists here amongst us. Those 6 teams are team code IES1, which is from IES Bandra. Team, if you're there, great. A big applause for them. SIES1 team code from SIES Mumbai. SIES team? Okay. We have the former director of SIES but walking in. Hello, sir. Yes. Then we have CRKIMS code 2, Chetna's RKIMS. The next finalist was XIMR2 code, Xavier's Institute of Management. Then again from Chetna's, so we had 2 finalists from Chetna RKIMS. So Chetna RKIMS 4 team code. Great. And the 6th team was BRIMS 3, which is Dr. V.N. Bedekar Institute of Management Studies. Awesome. So, well, that was just a brief introduction of why we are talking about INNOTHON and what these awards are for. But to announce the winners and present the award, but we have a guest of honor with us, and I'd like to invite Professor Shyam Sundar. And before that, a brief introduction about Professor Shyam Sundar. He is INAI Distinguished Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Bombay. Professor Shyam Sundar is a Life Fellow of IEEE, a Fellow of ACM, Distinguished ACM Speaker, and a Distinguished Alumnus of Indian Institute of Science. He has served as IEEE Distinguished Speaker and one of the founding dean of the School of Technology and Computer Science at TIFR. He has been JC Bose National Fellow at TIFR and IIT Bombay and is an Indian National Academy of Engineering Distinguished Professor at the Department of Computer Science, IIT Bombay. Hello, sir. Welcome and thank you for being with us today. I welcome Professor Shyam Sundar on dais. And I also invite our president, Mr. Rajesh Sharma, our former president, Ms. Chaya Sehgal, who's also our program mentor. It all started with you, ma'am. And along with that, I invite our vice president, Professor Kiran Yadav. He's also the former director of GNIMS. So before you actually become comfortable, I am going to make you uncomfortable again because I'm going to announce the third runner-up soon. But I think who will be more uncomfortable right now is the student part, the finalists who are here. I'm happy to announce the third runner-up. The team is BRIMS 3, Dr. V.N. Bedekar, Institute of Management Studies. Congratulations. So just to share this with the audience here, the winning team takes this rolling trophy, BMA ACC Dandekar Memorial Trophy, and the students who are not motivated by trophy, then we also offer another layer of reward, which is in the form of a cash prize, which you just saw them holding a big fat check. It only looks big, of course, it's a small amount, but it's our way of encouraging the students. Okay. So, now it's time for the first runner-up. Any guesses? It's IES 1 from IES Bandra. They worked on the Kotak statement. Congratulations, team. So the first runner-up gets a cash prize of 15,000. Is it? And now it's the time to announce the winner. Now you have to guess team. Chetnas. Okay. Which Chetnas? There are two Chetnas. Having two Chetnas in the finalists, of course, increases the probability of your college coming up. Okay. So the winning team is CRKIMS2. The Chetnas RKIMS Institute, which worked on SBI Life problem. A big round of applause again for all the participating teams and the winner. Uh, the teams. So we have the remaining three finalists here with us who did not make it in the top three, but that does not mean that you did not do a good job. The fact that you reached the stage, I think that itself is a proof that you've done a good job. And we want to, it's not just about winning, right? It's about how you do it. And you've given it your best shot, and we can probably give it to you in writing that you'll really do well when you start your industry. And a way of saying it that we are giving it in writing is by giving you certificates right now. So I request the next team. Let's invite CRK IMS 4 on stage. Please come and collect your certificates. Come on, a big round of applause for CRK IMS 4. They also did a very good job. Is SIES 1 team here? Okay, SIES 1, I request you to come on stage. May we have the certificates for SIES 1, please? XIMR2 team, are they here? Yes. Yes, please invite your faculty member. Lovely. Now, as I said, we are talking about the finalists. So, of course, there is a jury involved, and we invite really experienced and eminent jury for judging these kind of presentations. We had two-member jury panel. Mr. Bala Subramaniam, he's here with us. He's a very senior pharmaceutical consultant with around 40 plus years of experience and currently working with J&J. Nice to meet you in person, sir, because all these presentations were in the virtual mode. So since the problem statements are real and the solutions are real, so the judges also have to be experienced, and the experience and the actual business consultants, right? And the second judge was Mr. Sandesh Kirkire. He has around 25 years of experience in financial services. And he's the ex-CEO of Kotak Mahindra Asset Management. Is Mr. Sandesh here with us? Okay. But we acknowledge his contribution. Thank you very much, sir. Now, of course, as I said, without the corporates participating, this wouldn't have been possible. I want to thank each of the corporate member team which agreed to be a part of this initiative. And I'd like to thank, I'll start with SBI Life. And in that, I'd like to thank Mr. Ravi Krishnamurthy. He's the President Operations IT SBI Life. Is he here with us? And Ms. Neha Nense. From Kotak, I want to thank the CFO, Mr. Jaimin Bhatt, and his team, Mr. Jasminder Gujral, Mr. Shantanu Murdhada, Mr. Ankit Sangvi, and Mr. Hemant Baid. From Uric Pharmaceuticals, I want to thank Mr. Pratap Yadav and Mr. Mehul Kapadia, and Vitamistic team, Mr. Jeet Sharma. If they're here, okay. Wockhardt Hospital, I'd like to thank Dr. Parag Rindani, he's the CEO, Ms. Zahabia Kurakiwala, and Mr. Vikram Singh Rathod. So I really thank each one of them for agreeing to be a part of this initiative, for being so patient with the student teams, with us for these 2 months, and I really look forward to working with all of them again in INNOTHON 5.0. As I said, every student team is also guided by independent industry mentor, independent industry professional who act as mentor for the student team, so that the solutions that the teams are presenting, they have the academia flavor as well as the industry perspective. I want to thank the mentors for INNOTHON 4.0, Mr. Shekhar Mandrekar, he's the President MJ Biopharma Mumbai, Mr. Mukul Gupta, former MD Star Health Insurance, Dr. Sonal Desai, Executive Director, Sushruth Hospital. I think none of them is here, but thanks a lot. And I want to thank the faculty members for being actively involved with their teams, and the BMA Secretariat, who has really coordinated well with the corporates and with these 200 students. Thank you, everyone. And last but not the least, I want to acknowledge the effort by the BMA organizing team, our program mentor, Mrs. Chaya Sehgal, Mr. Rajesh Sharma, Professor Kiran, Shripad Ranade, and myself. We all have been actively involved in making this happen. I now invite our guest of honor, Professor Shyam Sundar, to kindly address the audience.
Very distinguished persons, particularly nice to see Professor Mashalkar, who has done a wonderful job for bringing the patents and the IPR culture in India, and I think it has triggered INNOTHON also, I would imagine, from hackathon kind of a thing. Thank you. And then for nurturing varieties of people, not just the only thing what you are very keen in your heart. Thank you. But again, there are the distinguished awardees, INNOTHON and hackathon. There may not be any difference because management has become technology, technology has become this one. If you look at blockchain, I don't know where the physical process is there and where the logical process is there. It's very difficult to see where things are. Everything has become virtual. Everything is clouded. So everything is in the cloud. Things come and go kind of a thing or the other. So it's very amazing to see the enthusiasm of the BMA to organize, innovate, and also cooperate with the different spectrum of people from different technology, maybe computer science, chemical, and now everyone has a cyber aware in all the technologies. This one. So it's very important that you have to be outwardly to look at even humanities. For example, now AI and ethics has become a very important aspect both for technology, management, and various other aspects are the other. So I would imagine BMA would look into AI and ethics in a much more rigorous manner in the coming years, because that has had a made impact on many cooperations between nations, particularly Australia and India. That has become a very important aspect, whether AI can do harm, whether AI can do better. And also it has been established in all the different, this one, that AI has contributed, but at the same time it also had a negative impact. So that's where one has to see in the management how the negative impact can be avoided, and I would urge the BMA to take it up. And again, my best regards to all the distinguished persons here, and also best wishes to all the youngsters who have won, and hope to see them again in different spheres, and then coming with the booming with the new ideas. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your encouraging words. So with that, we conclude our INNOTHON Awards, and I request the student members to stay back so that later on they can interact with the industry professionals who are here with us today. And okay. We will just take a short break of 10 minutes, and then we'll regroup for the corporate awards.
Recording stopped.
Jury, awardees, our collaborators, sponsors for this program, former presidents, and my colleagues in the executive committee, respected members, and invitees for this award function. Every year, we confer upon achievers in two categories, the academic awards and the corporate awards. Today, we have gathered for the BMA Academic Awards 2022-23 and BMA Corporate Awards 2021-22, along with the launch of e-Ambit. Our collaborators for these awards are KS Basu Trust, TCS, and Excel Industries, and I thank them for their support. To start us off on an auspicious note, we will now have the lamp lighting ceremony. And ladies and gentlemen, to do us this honor, we have an esteemed gathering amongst us. May I please request our chief guest, Dr. R. Mashelkar, Bombay Management Association President, Mr. Rajesh Sharma, the Vice President, Mr. Professor Kiran Yadav, and our former presidents, Mr. Inderpal Singh and Mr. Ernest Fernandez. I request you all to kindly join us for the lamp lighting ceremony. Kindly give us a photo opportunity with the lamp. Thank you for doing the honors. I now invite our president, Mr. Rajesh Sharma, to introduce the awards, nominee, and the jury, and to initiate the award ceremony.
Good evening, everybody. Respected Chief Guest and Chief Jury of the Award Committee, Padma Vibhushan Dr. R. A. Mashelkar, jury members, winners of this year's awards, former presidents, executive committee members, mentors and judges of various initiatives of Bombay Management Association, our sponsors for the program, KS Vasu Trust, TCS and Excel Industries, and all esteemed participants. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to welcome you on this special occasion. BMA conducts Corporate Leadership Awards function every year. This is a flagship activity of BMA, and who's who of the industry have been the recipients of these awards. Just to mention, this list includes legendary business leaders like Shri Ratan Tata, Anand Mahindra, Adi Godrej, Mukesh Ambani, Kumar Mangalam Birla, FC Kohli, Anu Aga, Dr. Swati Piramal, Naina Lal Kidwai, Arundhati Bhattacharya, Shri S. Ramadurai, Shri Sanjeev Mehta of HUL, and Dr. K. Sivan, and many other top professionals and entrepreneurs of the industry. This year, the jury is headed by eminent Chief Jury Padma Vibhushan Dr. R. A. Mashelkar and other members of the esteemed jury for both corporate and academic awards are Mr. Uday Shankar, co-founder Asia Initiatives and founder of Marigold Park, former chairman of Star India and Walt Disney Company India, Mr. Ashish Bhasin, co-founder and chairman RD&X Network, Professor R.K. Shamsundar, INAE Distinguished Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, IIT Mumbai, Dr. Manoj Tiwari, Director, NITI, Mumbai, Mr. Inderpal Singh, Management Advisor at Godrej and Boyce and former President of Bombay Management Association, Mr. Anand Singhania, CEO at JK Enterprise and Director, JK Organization and President of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Anil Kamath, Founder Chairman, SMC Group and former MD of Wockhardt Hospital and former President of Bombay Management Association, Mr. Suresh Mahatre, Board Member at National Board of Accreditation and former President of BMA, Ms. Chaya Sehgal, Founder and CEO at The Winning Edge, Mentor and Coach at Campero Group and Visiting Faculty at Prahlad Kakkar School and JBIMS and former President of BMA, Dr. Kavita Lagate, Professor, University of Mumbai and former Director of JBIMS and former President of BMA. We have received number of nominations for each award. I am pleased to read out all the nominations which have been received for each award. For KS Basu Lifetime Achievement Award, we had received 5 nominations, and the nominations are Mr. Vishnu Kumar Bansal, Chairman, India Morgan Stanley, Dr. Rajen Mehrotra, Consultant and past President of Industrial Relations Institute of India, Mr. Anand Mahindra, Chairman, Mahindra Group, Dr. Pratap Reddy, Chairman, Apollo Group of Hospitals, Mr. Uday Suresh Kotak, Executive Vice Chairman and MD of Kotak Mahindra Bank. For the next awards, BMA TCS Building on Relief of Business Leader of the Decade Award, we had received 4 nominations. Mr. R.S. Sodhi, ex-Managing Director of Amul India, Mr. Dilip Aspe, MD and CEO of NPCI, Mr. Gurdeep Singh, Chairman and MD of NTPC, and Mr. Sanjeev Mehta, Chairman and MD of HUL. The next award, which is BMA Management Achiever of the Year Award, there were 5 nominations. Dr. Anish Shah, MD and CEO, Mahindra & Mahindra, Ms. Gauri Kirloskar, MD, Kirloskar Oil Engines Limited, Ms. Purnima Devi Burman, a wildlife biologist, Ms. Roshni Nadar Malhotra, Chairman, HCL Limited, and Ms. Ghazal Alag, Chief Mama and co-founder Mama Earth. For the next award, which is BMA Special Recognition of the Year by the Jury Award, the nominations are Nitin Paranjpe, Chief People and Transformation Officer, Unilever, Professor Deepak B. Phatak, Chairperson, Board of Governors, Dr. Tessie Thomas, Distinguished Scientist and Director General, Aeronautical Systems, Ms. Sudha Murthy, Chairperson, Infosys Foundation, Ms. Leena Nair, Global CEO, Channel, and Sadhguru Jaggi, who is an influential speaker and author. We have another award, which is BMA Assured Enterprise of the Year Award, for which we received 5 nominations. Ms. Hasmukh Rawal, MD and co-founder, MyLab Discovery Solutions, Ms. Nitin Kamath, MD and co-founder, Zerodha, Mr. Dhaval Shah and Dharmil Shah, co-founders, Farmizi, Shashank Kumar, founder and MD, Razorpay, and Mr. Farid Hassan, co-founder, ShareChat. So these are the nominations which we had received. We will be announcing the awards in a short while. Here, as we start this award function, I am humbled to introduce our Chief Jury, Padma Vibhushan, Dr. R.A. Mashelkar. Though his personality, I don't think he needs an introduction, but it's my privilege and prerogative and also honor to introduce him. Dr. Mashelkar is known for his own world-class scientific research, for his transformative science and innovation institution leadership, for his pioneering different movements such as evolving global systems for traditional knowledge protection to helping create strong yet balanced IPR systems, to inclusive innovation movement based on the concept of Gandhian engineering that he pioneered. He has been an influential thought leader in shaping science, technology, and innovation policies in post-liberalized India. He was the director of National Chemical Laboratory and later became the largest serving head of three major organizations, namely Director General of CSIR, Chairman of National Innovation Foundation, and President of Global Research Alliance. He has been the President of Indian National Science and Academy. Dr. Mashelkar has received a record of 45 honorary doctorates from universities around the world, from London to Pretoria to Wisconsin to Monash to Swinburne to Delhi. The President of India honored Dr. Mashelkar with three highest civilian awards, namely Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, and Padma Vibhushan. So, Dr. Mashelkar has many firsts to his credit. He was the first Indian to win the most prestigious TWAS Lenovo Science Prize, the highest science prize by the World Academy of Science. The first Indian from India to be elected a Fellow of US National Academy of Inventors, and the first Indian scientist to win the Basic Business Week USA Award of Stars of Asia at the hands of George Bush Sr., the former President of USA, and the first and the only scientist so far to win the J.R.D. Tata Corporate Leadership Award. He has been the only non-English president of prestigious UK Institution of Chemical Engineers in its history, and that too in its Golden Jubilee year. He is a jury member for the prestigious Queen Elizabeth Prize of Engineering, which is considered as being equivalent to the Nobel Prize in Engineering. Dr. Mashelkar has been on the board of directors of several reputed companies such as Reliance, Tata Motors, Hindustan Levers, etc. I have to say because the list is very long. Sir, I am delighted to invite you on stage to do the honors.
Let us. Yes. That's the best way to begin the award ceremony, by felicitating the jury members. And Dr. Mashelkar is our chief jury. I also invite Professor Kiran Yadav, our Vice President, to join us in felicitating the jury members. So as I said, we have academic awards and we have corporate awards. The jury for corporate and academic awards had internal and external members, and I would request one by one all the jury members to come on stage so that we can acknowledge their contribution. I'll start with the corporate external jury member, Mr. Uday Shankar. He's not here. Mr. Ashish Bhasin. Okay. And the internal members, Mr. Inderpal Singh. Mr. Anand Singhania. Mr. Anil Kamath. Okay. And Ms. Chaya Sehgal. For Academic Award, External Jury, I invite Dr. Professor Shyam Sundar. Dr. Manoj Tiwari. Okay. Mr. Suresh Matre. Dr. Kavita Lagate. We now start with the award ceremony, where I will be starting with the first award, which is BMA KS Pasu Lifetime Achievement Award. This award is conferred for demonstrating lifelong sustained achievement of excellence in all endeavors. And the award winner is Dr. Pratap Reddy, Chairman, Apollo Group. I request our President, Mr. Rajesh Sharma, to read the citation for Dr. Pratap Reddy.
You need to give me the citation. Give me that, na? Give me that. Acha. You have a printout, na? Ah. Because Dr. Reddy is around 91 years old and he had expressed his inability to come to Bombay. So we had the privilege of going to Chennai and also having a function there. Myself, Ms. Chaya Sehgal and Dr. Kiran Yadav, we went there and we had already done this ceremony. So what we can do is, because citation we had already read there, so we can do the acceptance speech for that. He has sent his acceptance speech.
First, the Bombay Medical Association, Bombay Management Association President, Vice President, and the Vice President, Rajesh Sharma, Kiran Yadav, and Chaya Sehgal. It's been very nice of you all to have come down to Apollo and to give me this award. On behalf of all of them, I'm happy to receive the award because of the wonderful work that they have done. I am named, but I am named as saying a member of Apollo family. We are happy to receive this wonderful award from Bombay Management Association. Now, they have all talked about what wonderful things Bombay Management Association has done. I've had several meetings with some of the presidents and secretaries, and even the hospital association, the management association, which we formed, were also part of the whole game plan. But I'm very happy that you have come down all the way from Bombay to give me this award. As I said, I must accept Dr. Mashelkar, who was the chairman of the jury. He's a wonderful person, a great human being, eminent scientist, and contributed tremendously to the nation. So I'm happy that I'm receiving this award by the jury headed by Dr. Mashelkar. I must also congratulate all the other awardees by the Bombay Management Association. As I said, I'm receiving this on behalf of the entire Apollo family. Today we started with 850 members. Today they have crossed 130,000 Apollo family members. On all their behalf, I thank Bombay Management Association for recognizing the work that they have done. Because the recognition came from people who have seen the transformation in health. 3-4 decades ago, when there was no heart surgery program in the country, I used to send as a cardiologist my patients abroad. Today, we have done probably the largest number of cardiac surgeries, largest number of interventional cardiologists in the world. And this is not just cardiology. It started with, my mind started because I lost a young man who couldn't afford to go abroad for surgery. So I said, if Indian doctors, Indian scientists, Indian far experience overseas, why can't we have it back home? And that was the beginning. And I'm happy that the family from day one, they not only outperformed to bring a module of healthcare, which probably today is recognized as one of the most acceptable health for all. What we wanted was, what they have done is brought physical excellence in every single field, associated with care and compassion, and gave that, that because a patient could afford $50,000, today they will do the heart surgery for $5,000, right? 5,000. So this is the cost effectiveness. Sometimes this is mistaken. In US and they think it's a cheap healthcare, but they must remember our outcomes are better than the best centers in the world in almost everything. A week ago, we celebrated our number one, overtaking every other center in the world for transplant, heart lung transplant, liver transplant, pancreatic transplant, kidney transplant. In all of these, we've done 22,000. 500 of those are on children. Children, 1/3 of them came from outside the country. Philippines alone, and 100 children for liver transplant. The heart lung transplant, pancreatic transplant, in all of these, it's not the numbers in healthcare. It is the level of care that you are given. In all of these, our outcomes have been outstanding, and they're able to give it with care and compassion. And the same thing they have shown during COVID. During COVID, whatever we have done, I think we must compliment the entire health force across the country, whether it is public healthcare or the private healthcare. I must accept here today, maybe Apollo started early and started the whole game plan, but there are at least 200, 300 other good healthcare players in the country who made India proud, who made an unexpected huge COVID crisis, the way it was managed in India. I think we are proud of all of it. I think this is where it takes us saying, now that we have in the country the best possible care, my aim was to see that can we make this as India as a global healthcare destination. I'm receiving on all their behalf this wonderful award. Thank you, Bombay Management Association, for giving Apollo this award, and I compliment all the efforts that the Bombay Management Association has done in furthering the cause of the nation, in making India proud. This is what I think all of us must think, saying the turn has come now. That India should be not number 3, we should aim for number 1 in the world. God bless all of you. I love you all. I love you all.
So while we listen to the acceptance speech, I could buy some time to dig out my citation also. So let me have the privilege of saying a few words about him. Dr. Pratap C. Reddy is the visionary founder chairman of Apollo Hospital and is widely acknowledged as the architect of modern Indian healthcare. He is best described as a compassionate humanitarian who dedicated his life to bringing world-class healthcare within economic and geographic reach of millions. The institution that he envisioned and built, Apollo Hospitals, steered a revolution and marked the birth of private healthcare industry in India. Apollo Hospitals opened its door in 1983 and introduced international quality healthcare to India at a cost that was a fraction of comparable costs in Western world. This was Apollo's first act of social responsibility, and it underscored the intrinsic social conscience of the organization's business model. Over the years, Dr. Reddy has carried the torch of healthcare to distant corners of India. Always the visionary, he harnessed technology and insurance to take healthcare to the masses. The pioneering success of telemedicine and innovative insurance in Aragonda, which is his hometown, the world's first VSAT-enabled remote village in Andhra, validated the concept of healthcare for all. He also envisioned the groundbreaking Apollo Reach Hospital model, one that takes high quality healthcare to semi-urban and rural geographies. This blueprint has been taking good health to the very heart of India. In the firm belief that preventive healthcare is the key to good health, Dr. Pratap Reddy passionately propagated it with the concept of annual health checkup, and over 30 million annual health checkups have been performed by the group till date. As a cardiologist, he recognized that battle against disease has to go beyond hospitals, and he championed the billion hearts beating foundation, an endeavor that deploys innovative mediums to encourage India to stay healthy. His biography entitled Healer, Dr. Pratap Reddy and the Transformation of India, showcases his incredible and inspiring journey of healing. Bombay Management Association takes pride in honoring him with the K.S. Basu Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now move on to the next award, which is BMA TCS Building on Belief Business Leader of the Decade Award, which is being jointly presented to Dr. R.S. Sodhi. He is the ex-MD Amul. And Mr. Dilip Asbe, MD and CEO NPCI. I invite Mr. Inderpal Singh to please come forward and read the citation. To read the citation, okay. Mr. Anand Singhania has a citation for Mr. R.S. Sodhi, and you have.
Dr. Sodhi, if you could just stay on stage. I'd like to do the honors of reading the citation. Dr. Sodhi is, as they say, the brand, the taste of India. So he's here in presence for us. And I remember one of his key words, once we decide, nothing is impossible. And actually, that's what Amul has done over the years. I mean, from a milk deficient country, we've become a surplus and we export all over the world. So with a lot of pleasure, I will read this citation. Presented this BMA TCS Building on Belief Business Leader of the Decade Award 21-22 is conferred on Dr. R.S. Sodhi, ex-MD of Amul. Dr. Rupendra Singh Sodhi is the president of the Indian Dairy Association, which is established in the year 1948 and is an apex body of the dairy industry professionals, planners, milk producers, research scientists, and academicians. The members are from cooperatives, cooperative bodies, multinational companies, private, government, and public sector enterprises. IDA takes part in advocacy with government bodies in planning process and promotes the dairy development programs and the policies of the state and central governments. Dr. Sodhi was the managing director of Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited, as we know it as Amul, from 2010 to 2023. Amul is the India's largest food products organization with an annual group turnover of more than 62,000 crores. That's almost $8 billion during the year and 22-23. Dr. Sodhi comes with 40 years of rich experience in leading and developing the cooperative sector within the Indian dairy industry. having served dairy farmers in several capacities. He was responsible for creating the current structure of Amul, enabling the organization to maintain and enhance its leadership status within the Indian dairy industry. Amul procures 28 million liters of milk every day. Mind you, 28 million liters of milk every day from more than 18,600 village dairy cooperative societies. This milk is then processed at 97 dairy plants across India. The truly Atmanirbhar, we talk about Atmanirbhar only last couple of years, but the milk revolution has actually shown how India can really rise to the position. The citation goes on to read, Dr. Sodhi is the board member of the International Dairy Federation. He's also the chairperson of the National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management. For more than 3 decades, Dr. Sodhi has worked under the direct guidance and mentorship of the father of the white revolution, that is Dr. Varghese Kurian, and has ensured that the values cherished by Dr. Kurian, such as integrity, dedication, courage, honesty, commitment to farmers and to the consumers, remain deeply ingrained in the culture of the organization. The Bombay Management Association confers this citation to Dr. R.S. Sodhi in recognition of his unparalleled contribution to the management movement for nation building and strengthening India Inc., and honors him with the BMA TCS Building on Belief Business Leader of the Decade Award for the 21-22. This citation is signed by Mr. Rajesh Sharma and Dr. Mahashelkar, the chief jury. Thank you, sir.
I now invite Mr. Inderpal Singh to read the citation for the joint award winner, Mr. Dilip Asbe.
So the joint come. So if there was a perfect example of just in time, that was just now. Mr. Asbe arrived when I was about to read the citation. So I think, thank you, sir, for walking in just in time. So BMA TCS Building on Belief Business Leader of the Decade Award. Business Leader of the Decade Award goes 21-22 is conferred upon Mr. Dilip Asbe, MD and CEO of NPCI. Mr. Asbe is Managing Director and CEO of National Payments Corporation of India since 2017, and prior to this post, he was Chief Operating Officer of NPCI. He has played a pivotal role in designing, building, operationalization, and management of large-scale innovative payments processing platforms like IMPS, Aadhaar-enabled payment system, AEPS, India's homegrown card network, RuPay, and acclaimed unified payment interface, UPI. A formidable leader to the core, he has ensured the delivery of processing of over 8 billion transactions a month with remarkable mentoring of the teams. I just learned, I must confess, I just learned about 15 days ago how to use UPI, and I find it very convenient. He was awarded the Change Maker of the Year award by former Finance Minister, late Mr. Arun Jaitley, instituted by Business Line for the revolutionary product UPI, which he spearheaded. He was also awarded the ET Award, Economic Times Award 2018 for Policy Change Agent of the Year, Award for the UPI presented by former Vice President Mr. Venkata Naidu in September 2010. He was awarded Financial Express Award in FinTech category by Honorable FM Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman in February 2020. Another feather was added in his cap by CNBC TV 18 at the India Business Leader of the Year Award for UPI product term